Day 61, September 13th, Friday. Friday the 13th, they say. I wonder how today's gonna go. Farmer claims government poisoned harvest, crocodile found in inner city river, and projectionist accidentally plays porn at last picture show. Nice. No, I need you on. I need you on. I need you on. Of course. When I was trying to keep everyone on, Stokes is like, by the way. I am looking for one more officer for Shift A. Keep that in mind. What we got today? White Russian by Stan Zeller. Penalty from City Hall. Please be advised that we are unhappy with the efficiency of the Freeburg PD. We're cutting the department's budget. Another budget cut? Jesus. Sorry, Coachy, but you didn't show up last time. LGB protest from City Hall. For several years, we have constantly been pestered by the LGB organization with its constant whining about gay rights. Recently, things have been relatively quiet, but last week, 3 high school teachers were fired under laws banning the promotion of homosexuality among adolescents. These teachers spread LGBT brochures among our school children, teaching them tolerance. We dismissed them fairly and according to the law, but activists are gathered outside the school, rioting in protest. Children aren't there to learn about men kissing and all the rights of this rest of the circus. Participants need to be taught a lesson so they'll think twice next time they climb out of their holes. Jesus. Here's my salary. Okay, apparently I need 2 more. No, I don't. I just need 1 more. Now it's unbalanced, actually. Let's hire for Shift A. I have to send 4 officers, SWAT, and paddy wagon. Send Gilbert Morta, Williams, Barcelona, the SWAT, and the paddy wagon like they requested. I was in the middle of getting a drink there. Threatening phone calls in the suburb. Ola Padgett said that this is the second time a man called her on the phone and threatened her, saying he's going to feed lead to her whole family. I heard some men laugh in the background, talking about how they can't wait to finally try out their new machine guns on live targets, said Mrs. Padgett. I'm quite a well-known political activist in Freeburg, so the threats could be related to my work. This is scary. Let's send Platonic and Godbomber to check that out. Okay. We'll send McCoy and Samadi as well. No. They aren't doing anything wrong. We're not suppressing them by force. I unfortunately don't have anyone else, so. Lucky because, you know. Alright, what do we got? Prostitution on Route 22. Russell Silfer is enraged at the presence of prostitutes along the road on the outskirts of the city. Apparently there are dozens of prostitutes lined up and they're practically throwing themselves at the passing vehicles. Some are exposing their breasts and asses in an attempt to attract customers. Get over here right away and deal with this shamelessness. We'll send Gilbert Moore to Williams in Barcelona. Check that out. with, excuse me, now I have the hiccups, with the paddy wagon. Child molestation at Freeburg High School. Schoolgirl Kathleen Campos said that her friend Stacy Peng gave their teacher a greeting card decorated with a heart, and the teacher made an obscene joke and told her to come to his office after school. I pretended that I was leaving, but then I went back to listen at the door. The frightened girl continued. First they were talking quietly, but then there was a commotion and screaming and crying. Platonic, check that out with God Bomber. Nice. A mass riot at Desiree Park. Oh god. Through the glass doors you can see a male figure trying to climb on top of a struggling woman who he's thrown onto a couch. The schoolgirl is crying loudly. Knock loudly on the door and order the man to open it. I would have kicked the door open, but it wasn't an option, so. Alright, we have a mass riot at Desire Park. A historical young person just called in shouting, "Good God, the prophecy has just come to pass. Dozens of zombies are roaming the park, just like from the movies. Oh my god, vampires, Freeburg is doomed. Send in the National Guard." This could be nothing. Maddie, check that out with Barcelona. I don't think there's anything actually going on here, but send all available units, I guess. It is only right around the corner, thankfully. Man was frightened by a horror film festival. Who would have thought? I readied the SWAT team for that. My guy. Okay, we got a domestic disturbance in the residential area. Mrs. Kazmi complains that her neighbors are arguing very intensely. They're a young, hot-headed couple, and it sounds like they're about to come to blows. Platonic, take Barcelona. Whatever. Suspicious individual in Desire Park. A woman says she was out for an evening jog and she noticed a black guy in a hood following behind her. I was able to get away from him, but I'm afraid this bastard is still lurking in the park waiting for one of the other girls. So Maddie, Williams, check it out. Domestic disturbance was a false alarm. No one was quarreling. The man was working out to a loud TV. The woman was making salad, cut her finger rather badly, and was running to her neighbors to call an ambulance. Her husband was only trying to stop the bleeding with a towel. Also, false alarm in the park. The man in question is a medical student who also runs at night. We have an attempted murder call at the playground. Hurry, there's some guy here who caught a transvestite and decided they'd work him over. They stripped off the guy's tights, and they're acting like they're going to lynch him with them. They say they're going to hang him over the bar. Corey, God Bomber, Gilbert, and Morta. You guys check that out, please. Three new frames. I forgot I have, hold on a second. That was right. Moser and Kuzma, yeah. Bruno Savini, student. A check-up firm at the University of Freiburg. Bruno Savini dedicates most of his time to his studies. Platonic, Samadhi, check that out. Probably not going to need the SWAT team for that one. Williams in Barcelona. I think with Shift B, I might open up some old cases. Hit the archives. Give them something to do. Wrong place. Why was he at the funeral home? That's the first time I've guessed wrong, by the way. Day 62, September 14th, Saturday. Twister strip club owner. My dancers are all feminists. Police academy students selling cocaine. Crazy Arms film flop.
All the information about Laura, just like you asked.
Mr. Boyd, keep your voice down. Someone could be listening.
Oh, I'm sorry, Emma. It's my first time doing something like this. Here's the envelope. Everything's in there.
Fine. Mr. Boyd, please write for Mr. Fry on this envelope and drop it in the mailbox across the street.
What? I don't want this handled like it's some kind of game.
Mr. Boyd, those are the rules. Now please, lower your voice.
Fine. Okay, Emma. I'll put this envelope in the mailbox across the street, just like you said. Wonder how that damn Mr. Fry is going to get an envelope out of the mailbox.
Talking to yourself, Mr. Boyd? And we thought we'd have to catch you at the police station. But it turns out Jack Boyd has come down to meet us personally. Do you know why we're here, Mr. Boyd?
I don't even know who you are.
My name is Eugene Chaffee. I'm a businessman. Rather, a restaurateur. Although I usually tell everyone I'm a businessman. Which sounds better? Businessman or restaurateur?
Oh, I think I've heard of you. You have a restaurant and a slaughterhouse. And you serve refried veal steaks.
Well, refried veal steaks isn't my only business, but perhaps it's what I'm best known for. I thought it was time we meet Mr. Boyd, and my friend here. I believe you're already acquainted. His name is Troy Starr.
Never heard of him. So what do you want, Mr. Chaffee? Looking for a spokesman for your beef products? I recently changed my image and my hair.
Eugene and I really want to help you, Mr. Boyd. Although after our phone call, I've had my doubts. I was making love to my wife, and you called me and told me to fuck myself. That kind of behavior is rude and inappropriate, Mr. Boyd.
I didn't mean to offend you, Mr. Starr. Just thumbing my nose at that prick mayor of ours. You keep making love to your wife, or did I ruin the mood?
There's a nice cafe around the corner. Spare us a couple of minutes of your time, Mr. Boyd. Lately, I've been so busy that I rarely get to sit and relax in such a nice place, and with such interesting company.
Get to the point, Mr. Chaffee. I'm busy too. In fact, I think I hear some teenagers next door robbing and raping an old woman. Maybe she's your aunt.
You see, Mr. Boyd.
Good morning. What do you want?
A big mug of beer.
We don't serve big mugs of beer.
Then a small mug of beer.
We don't have beer in
He said that a
size
small.
glass. This is a family restaurant. Moms and dads come with small children. I can bring you a lollipop to suck on.
Monica, where's your famous charm? Bring the gentleman a beer. I'm sure you've got a bottle under the counter. Check between the dead cats and the dried heads of your ex-boyfriends. This man, by the way, is your police chief.
Don't be silly. The police chief has a bald spot the size of a toilet seat.
So, as I were...
Oh, I'm sorry, Eugene. It's Rogers. Probably forgot how to wipe his ass.
When you're 82, Troy, you'll probably forget you need to wipe your ass at all. But very well, run along. We can continue without you. So, Mr. Boyd, as you may already know, the official job of my old friend Mr. Starr is to cause trouble for you. But believe me, it's not out of malice. It's to maintain his cover at City Hall. But to somewhat balance out this trouble, I've decided to help you out. Every day, pay close attention to your morning newspaper, Mr. Boyd. You'll find messages hidden among the pages. Simple notes, but make no mistake, the information you'll find there is extremely useful. You see, Troy Starr isn't my only spy. That's it, Mr. Boyd. I told you it would only take a couple of minutes. I wouldn't want to disturb you while you're enjoying your drink. Keep in touch, my dear little cupcake. Oh yes, I'm quite good at puns.
Never imagined what meeting Robespierre would be like, but I certainly didn't figure the first thing he'd do was buy me a drink. Getting them to serve a beer at a family cafe? And this Robespierre has some strange superpowers. Strange, but not entirely useless.
No, Percy. You can't fucking fuck off like that. Alright, Shift B. Where were we at? This one right here. Fire in the Brain by Bob Bernard and Friends.
In progress.
Can I do that right now? Yeah, apparently I can. Let's have two people go over there, check that out. Velo, Trevor, go pick him up. Ugh. Okay, we'll wait. We have a theft at the construction site. Elderly security guard Robert Childress saw 6 people break through a hole in the fence in around a construction yard, climb onto the site, and start filling up the cart with bricks. At first, the guard was only worried about the stolen building materials, but when the thieves started climbing into the more dangerous construction areas, they began to fear for their lives. These idiots are gonna get themselves killed. You gotta hurry. I'll have Anatisha take White, Lazzarini, Percy, and Steele for that. Robber in the ghetto, a young man who has just been robbed, called in a report. He came through the gate with a knife and demanded my wallet. I tried to run, but he caught me and pushed me to the ground. In addition to the wallet, he took my watch, shoes, and even my belt. My mother gave that to me. Spain, check it out. Let's reopen the homicide at the business center case. One of the suspects was running around and almost fell down an elevator shaft. He's standing right next to the edge and there's terror in his eyes. Easy, kid, it's a long way down. Drug possession at Eddie's Burgers. Eleanor Compton went to wash her hands before eating, but wandered into the cafe's kitchen by mistake. I looked around and saw several bags of white powder. I know cocaine a mile away. I watched TV. Yeah, well, I'm going to send Bella and Trevor, because that could have been flour very easily. Dead bodies. Mr. Boyd, you don't know me, and I suppose that's just as well. As for what I do, you probably wouldn't approve, so I won't trouble you with any unnecessary details and get straight to the point. For one very specific, let's call it an operation, I need 3 dead police officers, 1 female and 2 male. Race and age do not matter. I'll return in a couple days to collect the bodies. We wouldn't want them to start decomposing. False alarm. Mrs. Compton saw several transparent bags packed with ordinary salt. Mistook the contents for cocaine. Could have been even sugar. It could have been.
413 in progress.
Animal assault in the suburb. Man just called in. His voice was high pitched and he sounded hysterical. Hello, police. Some kind of beast broke into my apartment. It's running all over everywhere. God, one bite from this thing and I'm dead. Hurry. Send Antonetia, Percy, and Steele. So I'm still trying to get Steele leveled up here. We have a double homicide at the Everyday Mall. An unidentified man who was unable to pay at the checkout reacted by killing the cashier. Then the security guard and fled the scene. Mall's the lead, and I want all my other detectives on this case too. Large wasp got into the man's house. A waste of my time. Rape at the city center. Cynthia Jason filed a complaint about a workman at her building. It appears he's been very vulgar and follows her around. I've never seen such a horrible jerk. Punish him. Spain and Lazzarini. Check that out. Alright. That's a big case. Surveillance camera. The tall, middle-aged man was dressed in an unbuttoned gray coat and a white t-shirt. Upon entering the store, he went right to the alcohol, picked up a 6-pack of beer, and then headed to the checkout. Witness, Sylvia Arena. I was standing right in front of this guy at the checkout. He seemed pretty suspicious to me, and what a nasty smell. Got away from him as fast as I could. And on the way out, I told one of the guards to keep an eye on him. Mel Pop. Witness, I was in line with this guy. He was obviously in a hurry and very nervous. He handed the cashier his credit card. When the cashier told him that the account was empty, he pulled his gun out and shot the poor girl in the head. Then the guard who was standing nearby tried to grab his gun, but the guy was too fast and he finished him off. Larry Pergola, the guard. Me and my partner Ron were talking when a woman came up and said we should watch the strange man at the checkout. Ron went over there, and then I saw the flash and heard shots, and this guy was rushing the exit with his beer. I was in such shock that I didn't have time to do anything, didn't even have a chance to get my own gun out. And Clara Barrett, passerby, said, I'm about to go inside, and suddenly this idiot jumps out and almost knocks me over. I didn't have time to yell or anything, he just jumped on his bike and left. Drug manufacturing in the suburb. According to an anonymous source, a house registered to Ernest Franklin is being used to produce and store a large quantity of drugs. Mr. Franklin has a record a mile long, including illegal weapons and drug charges. Last time we had him in here, he just opened fire on some teenagers, climbed onto his yard, and to retrieve a baseball. Getting all fucking tongue-tied, apparently. Definitely the paddy wagon for sure. Vela. Trevor. False alarm. Maintenance worker Billy Sue, whose behavior Cynthia Jensen complained about, had only whistled at as the girl passed by. What the fuck? I'm not sending more than 3 to that. That seems like fucking some bullshit. Ficus? Alright, we have a robbery at Mrs. Sofa Furniture Store. Passerby saw 2 strange men across the street smashing the window of the Mr. Sofa Furniture Store, and then they disappeared inside. Vella and Trevor, check that out. I'm going to send the other 4 over here. Robert Devlin, Country Houses. I need 4 police officers today. It's a very important day for my daughter. She's getting married and I want everything to be perfect. I'm a very powerful businessman. We're talking the kind of success you can't get without making enemies. So no surprises today. I could do without any trouble. And Tanisha, Loves, White, and Steel. We'll check that out. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a false alarm. Wasn't trumpeting angels appearing out of nowhere. It was a music school student in the next apartment rehearsing on the tuba. Got 3 new frames. Public indecency at King Louis nightclub. The club bouncer says they've detained a weird guy who took off his clothes and started molesting girls on the dance floor. Come pick this idiot up and haul him off. Percy, that's up to you. Alright, a man and a woman are struggling to carry a luxurious couch through the broken window and into their van. Drop the furniture right there and put your hands behind your head. Boss, everything went perfectly. We started off serious, all business, but then the pretty girls all wanted to be photographed with us. We ended up eating cake with the newlyweds. It was a great day. I'll have to hit that funeral home tomorrow. Day 63, September 15th, Sunday. You know what I forgot to do, which I could have done in that case, is I could have, interesting. I could have asked the detective to work the B shift, and then we could have went and arrested the person. Anyways, though, I'm up for time, so I'm going to end it here. When we come back, we'll continue on with day 63. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, live like and say, comment down below, subscribe, share. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.